Hello everybody, my name is Jackie and welcome to Prairie Sports Talk, the podcast where we talk about sports that directly impact the Canadian Prairie. And we've got a pair of interesting subjects to talk about today, as well as a very exciting update I'm going to share at the end of the episode. So we're going to talk about the CHL Playoffs, and then after that, we are going to talk about the CFL preseason. It has been a little bit of a quiet week, but the stories that we have, they are fun. Let's get into it. So, first of all, I want to give a massive congratulations to the 3 teams that have won their league championships in the CHL. The London Knights of the OHL, the Drummondville Vote, I'll just call them the Drummondville Votes because I do not speak French very well and I barely understand any of it. And I don't want to butcher their name. But it's the Drummondville team out of the Q. And out of the WHL, congratulations to the Moose Jaw Warriors. Yeah, like I mentioned in the last couple of weeks, as a Bronco fan, that really hurts to say. But I was right about them winning. And for the first time in CHL history, all 3 champions won the championship series in a 4-0 sweep. This has never happened before in the CHL. Massive congratulations to all 4 teams. And then the other team that will be in it will be Saginaw, because they are the hosts of the Memorial Cup. So good luck to all 4 teams. Can't wait to see how the Memorial Cup plays out. I want to give predictions on it, but because the only team I'm familiar with in the Memorial Cup is Moose Jaw, I don't really feel comfortable giving predictions on something that I don't know enough about. But regardless, good luck to all 4 teams, and can't wait to see how the Memorial Cup plays out. Woo, boy! The CFL preseason has officially begun. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers traveled to Saskatchewan to take on the Rough Riders in preseason action. Now, obviously, this is a preseason game. We're not going to get a very good idea of how these teams will match up against each other in the regular season. But regardless, it is so nice to have Canadian football back. Canadian football is my bread and butter. I know this league inside and out, which is why I'm not putting a whole lot of stock into what we saw from this game. Now, the Riders did look really good in my opinion. The Riders' depth players looked tremendous. Their starters looked really sharp. I feel cautiously optimistic about this upcoming season for Saskatchewan. But at the same time, this preseason game isn't enough to base anything on. Almost all the starters were out of the game by the end of the first half. Now, the Riders did take this game in a 25-12 game, but that's just the start of preseason. Because on Saturday, May 25th, Ottawa is headed to Hamilton, and preseason week 2 will officially kick off after a very, very short preseason week 1 that only had the Saskatchewan-Winnipeg game. But in week 2, we have got Ottawa traveling to Hamilton, Saskatchewan traveling to Edmonton, BC off to Calgary, and Toronto and Montreal facing off in Montreal. Then the next week, it's Hamilton and Toronto, Montreal and Ottawa, Calgary and Winnipeg, and Edmonton and BC. It's going to be a fun couple weeks, even if it might be a tad stressful, because you're going to be watching a team you expect to perform better than they are, but just because they have their backups in, for some people it could get a little stressful. But week 1 and the season officially kicks off June the 6th. That is a Thursday. We are kicking off with Thursday night football with a Grey Cup rematch. Montreal and Winnipeg. This is a very exciting matchup. Now, I'm going to go into more depth about it in a video in a couple weeks. But just know I am incredibly excited to have CFL football back. The CFL is something I could ramble about for hours upon hours. I love this league so much. And it's just nice to have it back, even if it's a preseason game with only half the stadium sold, and it's sold out, and it's just basically backups running into backups. I'm just excited to have the season going finally, even if it is just the preseason. Now, on to a pair of announcements I have been excited to announce for the last couple weeks. And now that the CFL season is right around the corner, I feel it is time to share these announcements. Number one, the CFL season kicks off on June the 6th, with Montreal traveling to Winnipeg in a rematch of last season's Grey Cup. Now, June the 6th falls on a Thursday. Thursdays are also when I post Prairie Sports Talk. If you have followed me on Twitter for the last couple of years, you know I do weekly predictions of every single CFL game, and I have a pretty solid record if I do say so myself. So, not only will I be posting my predictions on Twitter, I will now also be sharing them on my podcast. I will be making predictions and doing breakdowns every single week on both Prairie Sports Talk and Twitter. Now, I will go into more detail about each game on Prairie Sports Talk, but I will also be talking about it on Twitter. If you want to follow my Twitter, that is JACKYKNOBS. That is Jackie Knobs. The CFL means so much to me. That's why I do these predictions. I will take any excuse I can get to talk about the CFL, and I will talk about it for as long as I can. I just really adore this league, and I have since I was a little kid, which brings me nicely to the second announcement. Week 1, Game 1, June the 6th, there will also be a bonus episode of Prairie Sports Talk, my second special. I will be sharing some of my favorite stories around the CFL to try and help explain why I love this league so much. I have had some really interesting encounters regarding the CFL over the last couple of years, and I hope by sharing some of these stories, people will start to understand why I love this league so much and why it means so much to me. So I will be posting that special in the morning of June the 6th, but you will also get a regular episode of Prairie Sports Talk at 1 p.m. that day as well. It is going to be a very busy couple weeks for me, setting up that special and, of course, recording Prairie Sports Talk normally. But I'm very excited to dig into it. It's going to be a fun season. What can I say? I love the CFL. I just want to start the season already. Let's get at it. But that is everything I have for you guys this week. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're on YouTube. And if you're on Spotify, be sure to follow the 13th Man Podcast Network. I hope you guys had a great day. I hope you guys had a great week. I hope you guys had a great whatever. Stay safe, stay strong, you got this. And this is Jackie for Prairie Sports Talk signing off.